because with my team right now, I'm really confused whether I'm being too aggressive or my team is not, or I'm being too aggressive, or my team's not working with me to move off of. Like, say we get a good amount of picks and moving back, like getting the other team pushed back and work off, and eventually just and push on to second, and then eventually last.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for me to tell whether you're being too aggressive or whatever, if I don't see like the context a lot of the time. But we can go over like the standard positioning and like approach on some of the maps. I'll set up my server real quick,
Okay.
and then you can join up. Which map did you want to start on?
Process, because that's the first one in the lineup. And
What
I do.
league is that? Is that for UGC?
Yeah, for UGC. And my team is not sure if we want to do Reckoner and Bagel, because my captain's just like, I'm not sure I want to do this. Can we? We'll just forfeit these matches. But I'm like, but then again.
Well, I don't think you guys should forfeit any matches, but those maps are definitely, they're definitely kind of strange.
Okay, this one. I think this demo is Sunshine. Yep, this one's Sunshine. Second link. Now you okay with like demos.tf link?
Yeah. So you want to go over process first, or do you want to watch a demo first?
Probably a demo, so you kind of get where I'm at. Because the demo that I'm sending you, I felt I played really passively.
Okay.
This one was on Sunshine, one of my worst maps. Because my team's just telling me you're being way too aggressive. You're like dying too much, but I'm not sure if. But like once again, I wonder if that's more of a team dynamic than anything. Because I'm fairly certain we're gonna sub out our medic, because our medic does not communicate at all, and we often find ourselves very confused. And I'm just wondering if it would be a good idea for me to try and like take over calling in the match, and so we can like more effectively go.
Alright. Who's your current main caller? What role do they play?
I do, well, technically two, but our captain, his name's Little Purr. He does pocket or scout. I think we might be swapping him back to scout, back to scout, and having our one really good guy go back onto pocket, because Purr doesn't seem to get a lot of damage and doesn't really take ground and make space for our team.
Okay. Well, I do think you should try and contribute calls about like when you're trying to push and be aggressive and all that. But it's hard for the demo to be like a main caller.
Yeah.
Just because just the nature of the class, the demo is better not being the one leading pushes, and I always feel like the main caller, it's most effective when the main caller is the one who is capable of like leading pushes, like a scout or soldier usually. Alright, I'm loading up the demo now and going to tick 300, so let me know when you're there.
Okay. Just gotta get it settled.
Also, just to let you know, I have another mentoring session scheduled with someone else for 3 p.m.
Yep,
so
yep.
I'm gonna have to end at that time. Alright.
Sort by date. Okay. I'm gonna cut this. Do this. Steam app. Coming. 252 TF. And then I'm gonna paste it there. Cool. Okay, that there. Okay, let me load up the game real quick. Okay, that's great. Okay, loading up the demo. Demo file couldn't open for reading. What? What the fuck? It said it couldn't open the file. Why? It says it can't open the file for reading. Why?
Are you sure you saved it as a .dem demo?
I'm fairly certain. Yeah, it's saved as a DEM file.
Try re-downloading it, but try renaming the file before you put it in your TF folder.
Now let's try it. Okay, there we go.
Five, four,
Cool. So get to take 300 then. And
2,
you can
1.
Wait, this is Perlins. What?
Medic!
Oh no, sunshine.
Medic! Play ball!
Okay. 300. Go to. Okay, I'm here.
Alright. Let's resume in 3, 2, 1, go.
1.
And it's all white. What?
Sorry, did you say there was an issue?
Yeah, my screen's all white. Like it shows the time and the capture points, but my everything else is white.
Really?
Yes.
Have you
Alert.
clicked
The
onto
control
a player
point is being
POV?
contested.
You pressed the space bar to switch view.
No.
Because it starts white on mine as well, but then when I click to switch POVs, it moves away from like that area.
Let me try reloading it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Interesting. Why do you do this?
Alert. The control point is being captured.
This is odd. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No, mine's still white.
Like, have you clicked into any of the other player POVs though?
I can't. Like my my type bar that's stuck in the tick box.
Tick box. Can you close that? Type or
Oh.
like
I typed 300. No, why?
if you close the menu and then you try and click, will it work?
Oh,
You
there we
should
go.
work too.
Yep. There we
It's
go.
working.
Yep, now it is.
It's so you're ready at take 300 then?
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna resume in 3, 2, 1, go.
One.
So when you're rolling out here, you should definitely get that other health pack there.
Mhm.
So you're getting the mid very weak right now.
Play ball!
Looks like you're tunneling the demo a little bit too hard. I think that it's good for you to look around and try and
Alert. The
get a
control
little
point
bit
is
more
being
information
contested.
about what PvP is, and also trying to get some damage on those stats as well on the mids. Right now, they're actually down 2, and you guys could have re-pushed this. Whenever you have like numbers and they don't have Uber yet,
Mm.
like on a mid fight, for example, you should consider repushing.
Yeah.
We have lost the control point.
Come on, man.
Yeah, this is part of the issue we run into, especially on this map.
So they're demo bombed in, and a scout got in for free. That's just kind of, well, when the demo bombed, your med really shouldn't have popped to the one pipe.
Yeah, that's why we're gonna try and replace him. Because he doesn't communicate at all.
Okay.
And I was watching some of your mentoring videos, and I just watched your one about team building. So I'm like,
Yeah.
The control point is being contested.
Well, I hope that you at least have tried to work with him and like communicate with him,
we've had him
tell him what you want out of him.
Yeah, we've been trying that for like 3 weeks.
Okay.
We have lost the control point.
Yeah. So I guess the only issue there is like after your med dies, you guys should try and sort of cut your losses and just defend second.
Mhm.
Any like deaths that happen after that, they're gonna make you guys more likely to lose a round, especially if you die late.
Mhm.
You won't be in position to hold last. So whenever you're defending your second, that's when you need to be especially careful about not overextending.
Mhm.
Because if you die, then they'll just have a free time walking into last, and you can't trap the point and all that.
The control point is being contested. The control point is being captured.
Oh.
Yeah, I think this is where I should have just my instinct and got back, but I think we called to like stay and fight it.
Well, you guys had crits, so it was probably a good idea to
Oh
push.
yeah, this is where I crits.
Yeah. So you got the 2 kills with the crits. It looked like your stickies weren't like that charged though, so it
Yeah.
was like just barely on them. Make sure you have like you're keeping up the charging of the stickies and stuff. I think especially before you're like popping your first crit sticky,
Mhm.
you usually should like that first shot should be like it's the first shot's the most important. That's all.
Mhm.
Whenever you crits, because if you miss that, then they're just gonna run away.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Here you got a little bit overextended towards the river, but it looks like they didn't focus you.
Mhm.
But yeah, they didn't let you out. You survived longer than I thought you would, but whenever they have ad like that, just don't get caught like walking towards the choke,
Yeah.
Especially when you can see that that's where they're pushing from. You should have held your mid-range there and be spamming them sort of like as you back up, really.
Mhm. Yeah, that's one of the things that we struggle with is just counting the Uber, because our medic doesn't do that.
Yeah. So you were completely alone there on second. Your entire team was out.
Yeah, this part I got confused on, so it's like, what? How do walk?
Captured.
Okay.
I think I typed it out. Yep.
Medic! Stand on the bloody pointer! Thank you, Doctor. Thanks, Doc.
I like the instincts you have when that soldier's bombing you to like first you tried to air sticky him and then you tried to like cut off his approach, so that was good. It seems like you've been improving on that.
Hmm.
Thanks, Doc.
Oh, you hit him with that one. That was good.
Hmm?
You hit him with the second air sticky the next time.
Yeah, thanks, Doc.
And I feel like Sunshine is one of those maps where demo is really only effective at the chokes, and can't really get much otherwise for damage, especially during like a stalemate.
The control point is being contested.
During a stalemate, yeah, it might be kind of hard. There's a couple like ways that you can get some damage on this map, like pushing like cafe or valley instead of just standing at choke,
Hmm.
because a lot of times you can just peek those a little bit more aggressively, or going into like if you have traps to protect you at choke and then you like try and get some pipes over the choke. So but this last death you had here in this game,
Hmm.
you were completely alone again, like forward in lobby. I think that right now that seems to be the recurring issue, is that you keep going too far ahead of the rest of your team. So I think right now the main habit you should be focusing on is just like letting your team know where you are and like getting them to always be ahead of you, so you're not like the furthest one forward.
Hmm. Yeah, the pyro really caught me off guard. So yeah, and this time we called the pushing dungeon, and that didn't go so well.
One of you's gonna survive this!
Yeah, we definitely need to try and get a scout to stay with us most times then, especially after that last Uber push.
Yeah, definitely.
Alert. Our control point is being captured. We have lost the control point.
So this was a bit of a questionable crits from your team, because you guys are... Your med was definitely spawning later than their med, so it's likely they're gonna have Uber pushing into you guys.
Yeah, and that's the thing we ran into.
So if you're like aggressive here with this crits, they're just gonna push right into you. If they play properly. And then you just pushed that choke alone again. So that's definitely the biggest problem I think for you right now, is you just keep pushing too far forward. I think you need to start like getting in the habit of sitting behind your teammates and like kind of trying to fight more from behind them and help them in their fights rather than you trying to fight everything yourself. And during all that chaos, you guys started getting back capped, and I don't think anyone even realized it.
No, I did, but yeah, it's like where it turned up around by the point. I was like, oh shit, we're getting back capped, and then demo happened.
Our control point is being alert.
Yeah. So if you knew you were gonna get back capped there, and then you're gonna cap mid, you have to be thinking that they might get that spawn there.
Yeah.
So you could have been preemptively trapping the spawn if you knew the back cap wasn't gonna get stopped.
Yeah. And that's something I watched earlier today from a Habib POV and Sunshine. I was just like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that might have helped.
We have lost the control point. Alert. Our last control point is being captured.
So during that Uber exchange, one thing you could be doing is putting stickies behind the other team. So when they try to retreat on the left there, they get cut off. Because if it's just an even exchange basically, and you know they're not really, they don't have a lot of people for you to shoot, that's kind of all you can do. Especially if they're not like jumping on the point or whatever.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
But for the most part, you played that pretty well. Like from the beginning, when they were 2 down, you retreated to last, and then after that, like making sure that you weren't like right up in the choke points.
And I'm not sure how I didn't see Lucario. Oh, that's right, he was a spy.
Yeah, he was a spy.
Alert. Our last control point is being captured.
I'm not sure how it keeps ending up where like there's no one like actually in your Ubers to like actually hold the ground or
That's-
to like fight these people that run past you.
Yeah.
But then somehow both scouts got behind. Like the first one, I could understand because no one was with you.
Mhm.
But then it's like if no one's with you, they should be watching the other doorways. So how did the other guy get there too? That was kind of weird.
The control point is being captured. We have secured the control point.
You guys ended up down 3 here again. If there's ever like an attempt to like send someone behind or whatever, I think you should, especially if they go through Valley, I think you should consider rotating over
Control point is being
to help
captured.
them because a lot of times as a demo, you can do a lot to help people win those fights on the flank. Like, okay, what it should be is like your team should be rotating like the combo to support your flank, if that makes sense. So like, if your scout's trying to push through Valley and maybe like go for a sack play or get behind, you guys rotate your whole combo over so he has heals and support. And if anyone like tries to challenge him in the choke, you guys can just blow him up really fast. Especially in Valley, it can be good to have the demo over there because there's that height on the, like just on the slope of it and the ring of the,
Point is being captured.
like the frame over in the valley.
The control point is being contested.
That demo can just push people off.
Alert. Our control point is being captured. We have lost the control point.
Your team should be setting up more off classes on last. Like you guys should have had a sentry gun probably by then. You guys ended up getting backstabbed, like, and that's why you lost. But regardless, there should have been like a sentry set up there before that.
Yeah, this role I always find challenging because of that last jump and then bounce
Yeah.
onto the ramp.
I think after this demo review, we should just go over the rollout a little bit,
Mhm.
so I can give you a couple pointers on it. That might help.
point is being captured.
Now one thing my captain likes to focus on a lot is the damage stats. Should that be something I should worry about, or just how I play and how much room we make and how effective we are at moving?
Damage stats are, I think that they're important. It depends what's the current
I think I got like 180 DPM on this one. I'll send the log.
You did?
Yeah, it was not a good time.
Okay. Well, the main reason I could see for your DPM being low is because of a lot of the unnecessary deaths, like overextending. The more time you spend dead, the less time you're doing damage. So, I think that if you can focus more on surviving more, your damage will naturally increase.
But no one really did.
But DPM is pretty important, just because I like to think of DPM as like the amount of pressure you're putting out, and I think, just from my experience, doing like 200 DPM is like the minimum that you should be striving for.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna set up my server real quick on Sunshine, and I want to show you some things about the rollout.
Okay. So that. Same password and whatnot?
Yeah, it will be, one sec. What was the password I sent you last time?
It was BannyTragicServers.com, password Donga.
Okay.
Just lowercase.
Okay, yeah, it's the same info. I'm switching it to Sunshine now.
Yeah. Because Sunshine and Product are my worst maps, I would say. Spectator?
Yeah, please just go spec.
Okay. And I also noticed from Habib's point of view, when he did his first sticky out, from his static sticky to the first one that he does to get down into dungeon, I noticed that he put it on top of stairs.
Right. So, I actually don't think that matters. I usually will just do it here because it's a little bit sooner or whatever. So that one's not really the important one. I think for you were messing up on this one here.
Yeah.
Here you want to do like a low jump. A lot of times you were jumping a little bit too high. So it was like you would hit your head right there and you would have to walk this extra distance.
Yeah.
So what you want to try and do is get a little bit further ahead of your sticky if you can, so you just go lower. And maybe walk a little bit further forward, like over towards these stairs right here. Because if you try and do it from back here, you don't really have the clearance.
No.
Because you're already rising too fast.
Yeah. No, you don't. It doesn't look like you jump pretty much at all on that. It's all like pretty much crouch.
On this one I am jumping, but I'm just deading like the instant that I press jump.
Oh, okay.
That way I'm
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm like far away from it, and I'm just going horizontally mostly. It's mostly going to be about how close you are to the sticky for this one. So you want to be relatively far away from it. That way you're just getting the horizontal blast. If I dead that when I'm like quite close to it, I'm just gonna go like straight up.
Oh,
So
okay.
this one's more about just walking a few steps past it and then going there. Make sure you always get this health pack.
Mm.
Then for this jump, I would suggest putting your sticky in here on this frame.
Mm.
And then when you do the jump, you just want to try and curve away from this block here
Yeah.
and try and hit the choke as straight on as possible.
Mm. Now, do you C-tap at all when you do these rollouts, or no?
No, no C-tapping is necessary for these jumps.
Okay.
You can't C-tap if the sticky's not on the on the wall. You know, if it's on the wall, you can't C-tap anything anyways.
Okay.
But I also want to show you that these
Yeah.
days it's more common to go left.
Yeah.
So a lot of times this is like a bit faster and a little bit simpler
Yeah. No. If I roll,
to roll it like this.
Since I find that the right door rollout was a bit hard for me. When I was like first trying to get this map down, I was just going valley pretty much.
So which one's harder for you? Doing this one over here?
No, the right door.
The other one? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You were going valley every time? Like from where? From bats or from here?
Yes, from bats.
Like this?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
from left door.
Okay. So you would like jump from here maybe?
Yeah, except I tried to place my sticky on the cover of that. So like that, yeah,
Here?
right there.
Okay, that's kind of a awkward jump to
Yeah.
make, but I can see that. Yeah, I think you should practice this left one because it's a bit faster.
Okay.
And if you can hit that, you can get like right here, and you can be hitting stickies into their choke before the fight even starts, and you might be able to get like some decent damage on their scouts.
Yeah. Because with demo, it's pretty much all speed to mid, and then you win.
For the
A lot
first,
more.
for the early damage, speed to mid can give you a huge head start on that. I wanted to show you other things. So often I only saw you playing choke right here.
Mhm.
So if you're playing choke, it's good to be safe with traps like this,
Mhm.
because a lot of times people will they'll try and high bomb you around this corner, but you'll have protection around that,
Mhm.
and you can kind of spam a little bit like this, and then you have that safety net. But another thing you should try is when your team is kind of pushing valley, you can come with them, because it's really useful to have your demo pushing people off of this ledge here,
Mhm.
and you can also do decent damage to anyone standing on these spots here too.
Mhm.
So don't only hold choke. If your team's rotating to valley, you can go with them as well.
Mhm.
Also coming into cafe, this is another spot you can get some spam through, because there's this health pack over here and all this,
Mhm.
and you can trap like this and then maybe get some spam like that. So during the stalemates, those are places you can find maybe a little bit more damage than what you're getting right now.
Mhm.
But in general, the big thing for you, I think, is just not being the furthest one forward.
Yeah.
So making sure you're checking scoreboard often, and making sure you're communicating every time you're moving forward, and then also just trying to maybe every once in a while checking where your teammates are, or asking them where they are, just so you can be sure that you're not overextending. That can help a lot. I think that'll be the biggest thing for you.
Okay.
But then as for your team, it definitely seemed like there was a lot of situations where no one was really playing with your heals. Your medic was kind of only able to heal you, and a lot of times that led to him dying in situations where Doman's not equipped to protect him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Do you have any other questions about that?
No. That was one of the things that I'm just like, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah. Okay. And then I guess one other thing is just on mids.
Mhm.
Try not to tunnel the demo too much. There's a lot of spots on this map, like on top of the tower, on top of the Tetris, on top of the cafe, like these spots
Mhm.
where your damage can be really useful, especially the shed too. And if you're just tunneling the demo the whole time, like if he's over there, then these people are getting free reign to stand on these spots. So
Okay.
just maybe hit the demo once or twice to make sure he can't just hold W and like push you with full health, but then put more of your damage and focus onto hitting people off these kind of spots.
Yeah. Now, one thing with like the high bombing soldiers, how can I like better defend against that? I noticed that I just realized that now, but I was an idiot and didn't place a couple sticks like close to me. Like,
Yeah. So if you see like a high bombing soldier, well, okay, here's the ways that you can deal with a high bombing soldier. Number one, hit him before he jumps. So when he jumps, he has less health, or it like disrupts him in some way. Air sticky him, air shot him, trap the ground, and then back up, or just like hit like a surf or whatever.
Yeah.
But just being aware of him is definitely important. Usually I probably go for the air sticky, and then like I try to air sticky and then try and like shoot the ground and like surf away. But you know, sometimes you can just back into a position, or like you could do the same thing over in Valley. Maybe if you're over here, you could just like trap this and back up, but you're likely gonna get chased just because it's so easy for them. There's no like choke point really for them if they jump high.
Okay.
A lot of it comes down to your scouts also being aware of that, because you can only do so much as a demo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, that's about it for the time.
Yeah.
If you have any quick last questions,
Not
we
that I
can go
can,
over it, but
not that I can think of, but for like I did have like one thing for like for the DMU series. I'm not sure how well that's going.
sure. What do you have? for that
But
game?
basically like the roles of the classes during the